Hello, I'm John Lewis with ACRO. I'm joined today by Shelly Mui-Lipnik of Bio. Shelly is here today representing the Coalition of Small Business Innovators. Welcome, Shelly. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, John.
So tell me about the Coalition of Small Business Innovators. This is a new coalition, correct?
Yes, actually the coalition was launched last month, and we are of 15 business organizations and associations that have come together in the high-tech, clean tech, nanotech, and obviously biotech and medtech space, and we're looking at various tax proposals.
So this is not purely a biotech effort. This is a much broader coalition.
No, this is not. It's actually a coalition that's come together where we're looking at small business groups that work in very research-intensive and manufacturing space, and it's really about small businesses that do a lot of innovation.
So I guess part of what drove this was a sense that Congress was going to be dealing with corporate tax reform, and there were some issues particular to smaller, innovative companies. So what are some of those issues you're looking at?
So when we first looked at this, everyone's talking about corporate tax reform. What we really drove the conversation for these groups coming together is the capital markets are tightening up right now, and what's happening out there is that not just corporate tax reform or any type of legislation that comes up, we felt that the current tax code is not really incentivizing private investment, particularly into small businesses that are very research intensive. They do a lot of manufacturing. What we're trying to really do is make some changes within the tax code that leverage private investments back to these small businesses that do a lot of innovation.
So a lot of the discussion around on the corporate side has been about broadening the base and lowering the rates, but that wouldn't necessarily help a lot of the small companies, correct?
Correct, John, but I think broadening the base, lowering the rates, that's where our companies eventually want to be. We want to be revenue producing. I think small companies right now, their number one concern is not being able to get capital into their companies. So I think what happens is that we need to be able to have private investment into these companies so that one day they will be revenue producing. So I think if we make various changes for these companies who are in a loss position, it would be more impactful for them on the earlier stage.
What are some of those specific provisions you're looking at?
So we're looking at various proposals that would be helpful to get investors to invest in these companies. I'm not going to go too much into detail, the nitty-gritty, but a lot of these companies are in a loss position. They have a lot of tax attributes that they can't use today. What we're trying to say is make it more of an incentive for the investor on the investor end to invest in these companies, and therefore we could get capital and get jobs and research going in these companies.
So Shelly, if I wanted more information about the coalition, where would I go?
Since the coalition has recently launched, that to find us, go to smallbusinessinnovators.org. You could also follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
If you'd like more information about ACRO, please visit acrohealth.org or follow us on Twitter @ACROHealth.